When did you notice what was happening, Paul? When?
Waving the white flag.
And welcome back to the Thunder Rooster podcast. My name is Ron.
And I'm Paul.
Today we are going to be talking about something a little interesting. We're going to be talking about the Roswell incident, but we're not going to go into it and give you all the juicy details about it because that's been done. Mm-hmm. More or less, we'll give like a brief history of it, but we also are just trying to figure out with the more recent information about UFOs being released over the past year, does it give any more hold to the story of what happened in Roswell back in 47? Mm-hmm. So before we jump into that, did I even say my name?
I think you said your name was Ron.
I think I did. I might have. My name's Ron, just in case I missed that. It's been a long day.
Yes, it is.
This is a long week, and we finally get to put a nice little period at the end of that week.
Got it.
By doing this. Do you have a good time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. Capitals won last night. Pretty excited about that. The hockey started.
Hockey season is in session.
Fuck yeah.
That's cool. I'm going to have to watch a little bit now, knowing that I now know that you're a hockey fan.
Yeah, Paul had no idea.
Well, he never said
We
anything.
never talked about it, though.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
UFO time.
UFO time.
Yes.
I'll just read just a little something here. Not going to read too much. Yeah. But basically, in July of 1947, in Roswell, New Mexico, debris was recovered by a rancher named Mac Brazel. Mm-hmm. That was gathered by the military from the Roswell Army Airfield under the direction of Base Intelligence Officer Major Jesse Marcel on July 8th, 1947. Public Information Officer Lieutenant Walter Hott issued a press release under the orders from Base Commander Colonel William Blanchard, which said basically that we have in our possession a flying saucer. The very next day, another press release was issued, this time from General Roger Ramey, stating it was a weather balloon. This is probably the most known and well documented UFO
extraterrestrial
conspiracy cover-up
that you can get. Yep.
So basically, you have this whole thing going on, and this is the late 40s, so we don't have this idea of aliens like we do now.
No.
Back then,
They didn't have subject matter. They didn't have movies.
They didn't have. All they had was like reading science fiction novels. Yep.
George McFly.
I don't know how readily available that.
Was,
but excuse me,
Georgie.
Georgie. But so it's kind of weird when you have a colonel come out and say we have a flying saucer.
Right.
And then immediately the day after they say it was a weather balloon.
Well, it's like the Air Force classifies it. They think it's a crash balloon, but skeptics are still going to question.
Well, the thing of it is they had a lot of people come forward about, seeing something shoot across the sky. At some point, I had read that there was even somebody who got a hold knowledge that it was being kind of spotted on a radar. But they also kind of said that they saw it blow up on the radar. It's like, that doesn't work that way. Like it'll disappear off the radar, but it's not gonna like not like the Atari games where something blows up. It's like
or Austin Powers. You're looking for that. It's in the sky.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a big.
It's big boy. Oh, yeah, cock and balls.
But hey, if it's not
here.
it's not on the radar. It's not there.
Yeah,
Right.
But I mean, there's even
Right.
the whole speculation of there actually being bodies recovered, which I'll be honest with you, I don't believe so. But
I don't.
stranger things have probably happened.
Right. We might find that out a little bit down the road.
Yeah, but more into it. So like, I wonder, with everything being released about UFOs and how we're kind of getting more of an expectation and kind of an ease into it, so to speak, because they're just doing a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Will we have some kind of contact or, this mass? Oh yeah.
But we're seeing
aliens have been here.
But we're seeing more things pop up just within the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm just shocked about.
Yeah. And then you like just the government and, accepting the fact or
Right.
releasing it,
Yeah.
saying like, yeah, it's here. Yeah, that's right.
Right. And just within those last 2 years, just the news reports that came out just fairly recent, I'm like, I do believe this is really happening.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it holds a lot. I mean, it really, like Bob Lazar, for example.
Yes.
We hit that at episode 4? Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it really kind of vindicates him in a way, but I don't want to say vindicate too much because we don't really have a whole lot of information right now.
No.
But I will say that it gives him a lot of credibility,
Street cred.
Yeah, street cred.
Street cred.
On this whole thing. So it really makes you want to look over his story and, read very carefully again because it might be true. So something else I pointed out in that episode was the fact that just a couple weeks before the Roswell incident happened, there was a UFO spotted in Washington near Mount Rainier,
Mm-hmm.
or Rainier.
Rainier.
However I'm saying that, you can correct me if you'd like. But Kenneth Arnold flying a jet, he was looking for a crashed plane, and he came across it didn't say it was a flying disc, but it was an odd-shaped UFO. It was unidentified, yeah.
Flying object.
And it was flying faster and moving, just like now.
Right.
If anybody sees one of those. Like, it's moving in ways that we don't know how it's possible.
Yeah.
It defies physics.
Yeah, of course. Right? Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah, I'm wondering if the new information we would get, I'm wondering if we're ever going to be able to, one, actually hear the story of what actually happened at Roswell.
Well,
or I meant like if it's ever going to come out that it wasn't.
Well, if it's going to get declassified.
Yeah, basically.
And just to add to your point, it was in the summer around June that NBC actually asked President Trump about any of this information. He actually went on record and said, yeah, I heard a little bit about Roswell and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And they kind of tried to get more info. And he's like, I can't tell you. I wouldn't even tell my oldest kids.
Yeah.
So again, the plot thickens.
Right.
What is going on? But again,
there's whole
you know how it is,
thing.
the conspiracy thing.
Yeah.
But in another sense, you think that, okay, again, if maybe not just if it's government, but if they try to withhold something, maybe it is for your benefit, maybe it is for your safety, or maybe it's like, oh, we would have a whole big problem on our hands.
Yeah.
If this actually was debunked,
Yeah. But a lot of stuff spurred from Roswell, You can see so many movie adaptations where they tie it into the Roswell incident, like Paul, for instance.
Yeah.
He was
such a great movie.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
They go back to where Kay goes to deliver flowers to the lady that, saw the aliens or whatever.
Right.
And it's fun to think about for sure. But my thing of it is like, is the flying disc thing more or less, what's it called when the government intentionally feeds you it's disinformation? Duh.
Or propaganda.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
the
same
disinformation.
things.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
But I wonder if it's a purposeful disinfo.
Could very well be.
To steer them away from what was actually going on. Because if you go along with the official story and believe it was an air balloon, like they said, they did have a project that was classified at the time.
And that's where the military, they acknowledged that it was, for a top secret atomic project.
Yeah, it was Project Mogul, or sometimes it went by Operation Mogul. And essentially they were sending modified air balloons that also had some kind of like sonic wave detector attached to it, which they were using to kind of find out if the Soviets were testing nuclear bombs. They'd be able to pick up on the sound and stuff. Ended up being a whole way easier process to do that, which they're using now today, but that's what they had to go with at the time. And, this wasn't too far from when we first started dropping our first test ourselves, and there's actually an Air Force base or Army Air Base near there where the actual bombs that landed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they came from there. So
yes, they did.
It's interesting that something like that would happen not far from when we actually hit those milestones, And I wonder, I know there's a lot of UFO sightings and stuff in history. Like there's been a lot of recorded sightings and stuff, not necessarily flat out they're aliens, but it's just like the
something's
giant
in
flying
the sky
wheel in the
and
sky
you've
that's
never
on fire.
seen it.
Yeah.
Like you look up and something's moving either too fast, too slow. You don't know what it looks like. You're going to say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like say with like Christianity in the Bible, they make these paintings and portraits and stuff of angels with big wings and stuff. So we just, angels fly around with wings. But you have to think of it also in a sense is like maybe they just put wings on them to signify that they could fly.
Could be.
It's kind of one of those things. But anyways, what I was getting at with all that is the disinformation from the alien theory, the flying saucer, to steer them even further away from looking into the fact that they had a classified Soviet project going on.
Crazy. Just absolutely crazy. They're crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Something else.
But I feel like it's there. It's there now after what we've seen and just more information coming out day by day. There is other life out there. It's there.
Yeah, I believe so.
I just don't know when it's going to happen. When are they going to touch down and go, hey, Ron, nice to meet you?
Wasn't there an ex-Israeli scientist or something like that recently came out and said that they exist, but we're not ready or something like that?
Yeah, they're there, but you're not ready for it.
What would that be like, though, for America? I mean, if you think about it, if all of a sudden they start dropping like more information, like say there's a certain race of people we've been in contact so long, what would that do to people?
It would probably freak them out first.
Yeah, I know. I kind of just always had the belief that it's the truth. There's too many possibilities of there to be other intelligent life out there.
So to give you an example for that, there was a television show I watched as a child, a sci-fi show. It was called V.
Oh yeah.
So it had to do with
the
remake. It's not bad. I was a big fan of that sci-fi series in the 80s. But to answer your question, it was exactly what happened. The idea of that show was you had alien life forms where they were actually lizard people disguised as humans, but they were still considered aliens.
That goes in the conspiracy realm.
Yeah. So apparently, they fly over Los Angeles in this really big saucer mothership, and people look up and they're freaking out because they're like, that's not an airplane and we don't know what it is. And then all of a sudden they see human life forms come down. They don't know who they are. Obviously, they're putting up their defense because they're like, you're coming into our world. And all they do is right off the bat is, we're here in peace. We just want to help you with your technology for your diseases. We just need to get some water and resources, and we'll be back to our planet. Right. Right. World domination. So they were presented with the fact going, well, they look like you and I. They talk like you and I. They act like you and I, but they're not us.
Mm-hmm.
So it drives fear to people.
Yeah.
If that was a real scenario, which could very well be.
Hey, you might. I mean,
you know,
who knows? Maybe you are. I'm not, for sure. He's like,
I'll have to get you to watch that series. It is pretty entertaining.
I did start on the second remake of it.
Oh no, I meant like you need to go to the 80s.
I need to go. Okay.
Yeah. See the cheesy effects and everything. It'll make it worthwhile.
I don't know what it is, but 80s stuff does bring a smile to my face. I don't know if it was a try-hard era or they're just doing with what they had, but I mean everything was just better. I mean,
I agree. Yeah,
personally, I was more able to pick up on that stuff when I was in the 90s because, you know.
But I just felt like I saw a lot of that as a kid. Like there were a lot of different like, you know, monsters and aliens and things like that. And it was just like, it was fascinating. But that is just a perfect example of like, what would happen in the world if something like that were to happen? Again, we don't know what the shape or form would be.
Oh, yeah. And like they've used stuff like that all throughout all kinds of TV shows. I remember watching when I was a kid, like Unsolved Mysteries and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the Twilight Zone.
And they would show the creepiest thing about like a alien abduction thing happening. And that would scare the crap out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would seriously be in my room at night. And if I saw any kind of bright, like if the light brightened or something outside, you know, because I had a light pole outside in the back window.
Sure, I did too.
And sometimes it would surge. I would later find out that it would get bright all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I was sleeping with my back against the wall. So the window was obviously against the wall.
Sure.
But I'm facing the other way, and all of a sudden I see my wall go up brighter, and I had just seen one of these abduction type things. It's like, oh no, it's happening! No! So yeah, my parents had fun with that. Mom, they're coming to get me!
Mom, I went to bed again.
My dad's, get your ass to bed.
Stop being such a baby.
Right.
Boy. Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. That way our camera doesn't cut out on us like in the last episode.
Dude, this is on, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
All right, welcome back. Kind of want to dip in a little bit more on the Roswell conspiracy thing. And that's kind of along the lines of the autopsy hoax. Because there was reports that there were extraterrestrial life that was found and recovered. I know there was a report, I think it was 3 total, and I believe one of them was supposedly alive, but the other 2 were not. And there was even more backing this along the lines where somebody came out that had mentioned that somebody called up to a coffin company and asked, what's the smallest coffins you make? Would it fit a child? Kind of thing.
Oh, man.
You know.
Ouch.
And then supposedly these alien bodies were child size because the craft or whatever that was supposedly picked up was you could only fit something that's about the height of a child in it. So, yeah. Do you got anything you want to read on that?
Oh, we can throw out. Yeah. So as far as when we talk about the hoax, so 95, there was film footage that was to show alien autopsy and the claim to have been taken by a U.S. military official shortly after the Roswell incident was released by a Ray Santilia. Yeah. He's a London-based video entrepreneur. The footage caused an international sensation when it aired on television networks around the world. But in 2006, Santilli admitted that the film was mostly reconstruction, but continued to claim it was based on a genuine footage now lost, and some original frames have been supposedly survived. So there's some out there. But a fictionalized version of the creation of that footage, and it was released and retold in a comedy film called Alien Autopsy.
Now, how could
2006.
they ever release a remake of something that supposedly happened and think there would be any credibility to that?
There's none. There's none.
Like, let's show a couple frames that survived that of what actually happened. Like,
right. No. Nothing.
It's kind of it's one of those things. It's like it's something to poke fun at now.
Sure. Right.
But if it comes out that shit was true,
it ain't gonna be joking.
It's not gonna. Nobody's gonna be laughing.
No one's laughing. Everyone's gonna be shitting.
I don't know. For some reason, I have a hard time seeing like the gray alien. You know, it gives me the creeps. I'm not gonna lie.
But if you saw Paul walking down the street, would you shake his hand?
Creeps. I mean, if he came up to me like, "Hey, Ron," you're like,
"Hey, Ron,
come here, buddy. You won't get high."
You're like,
yes.
Bye, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But it's we'll see what happens. But it's there.
Yeah.
It's just when.
That is true.
When is the moment?
Yeah. I just don't understand how people can dismiss the thought of intelligent life out there because, you know, we're just on a little bitty speck of our gigantic galaxy,
which is just
so even within our actual Milky Way galaxy, there could be life on other planets through all the stars. I mean, you look up at the sky, every star that you see, and if you live close to a city, you don't see a whole lot of stars, but go out, like the most perfect clear sky I've ever seen in my entire life was in Vail, Colorado on a summer night. And it had to have been probably close to midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I mean, you could see the dust clouds of the Milky Way in the sky. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
And there were so many stars that was visible by the naked eye. And you have to think every one of those stars is a sun for a solar system. I mean, that's just within our own galaxy. And then you got Hubble going out there billions of miles away. And it just takes one picture in one certain direction, and then you see a billion other ones. I mean, the thought that there's not another intelligent life out there is completely
it baffles me.
Dumb. You
baffles.
Can't say crap. It's so obnoxiously ignorant to think that we're the shit.
We're the only species.
Yeah, we're the end all be all. Which I guess in our own universe, if we don't know any better, I guess that's the thing. But I mean, I would say we used to think the Earth was flat, but there's a lot of people that apparently still do.
Kyrie Irving.
Which I get it.
Yeah.
I heard the story. I wanted to find out what it was about. And it almost had me there for a second. But you have a thing called science, and it actually is able to prove. Can you believe that shit, though? You know,
what's science?
They proved that it wasn't flat.
Right.
Long time ago. And now, because people have a platform and some people can articulate things
much
really
better than others. Oh, of course.
Way better than I can, apparently, because I suck at talking at times. But, I mean, you just get a little bit of somebody and you just reel them in. I mean, and then you create this drone of a person that's be like, that's the law. That's exactly how it happened. Oh my God, my eyes are open. You know, it's rough.
Until the mothership comes.
Right.
And then they will think twice.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of when, Ron.
When
will be the day?
I'll sit here and mock them all I want to, but I will read into it. It's just like, I want to see where the rabbit hole goes. So I'm like, yeah, buddy, give me all that flat earth stuff you got. Throw it at me. Hey, big boy. All right, folks.
But they're coming, Ron. They're coming.
Do we have anything else to add to it? The whole main point of us talking about Roswell today is I just kind of want to throw that question out there. Give us your thoughts, your comments on what do you think will happen with the Roswell story once basically disclosure happens, when they disclose the fact that, there has been alien life interacting with our present day and even past. It's like, it seems more and more prevalent that that's the case. Like, it's going to come out.
And again, if it is, why hide it for all this time? Hide it a little bit, but then, okay, let's work our way in.
I think of it as another way.
Or is it just going to
like,
be a complete threat?
Think of it this way, all right? How many places in the United States still want to outlaw marijuana? Because of the stigma to it that everybody thinks is like, oh, it's a gateway drug, or, in some cases it is, but it's not the case all the time. There's going to be that way with like, oh, you can't have a drink of beer because you'll become an alcoholic, But I think of it in the sense of like religion, for instance.
Right.
Excuse me. Alcoholic. But in this instance of religion, how much of just a wrench in the gears of religion would it be for aliens to all of a sudden be prevalent? There's also one side of the coin too, with like, I was raised up in Christianity, and there's a lot of things in there that could be, interpreted as extraterrestrial, or like, for instance, if you follow the story of like Jesus Christ, not of this world, alien. Right?
Nope, not agreeing with that one. No.
But
it comes
you know what
off
I mean?
That way, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there, strong religious beliefs, and I think that would, in a sense, kind of throw everything off, especially with you see in movies and stuff. Anytime any kind of apocalyptic scene happens, the end is near.
Take shelter.
Right.
We're gonna die.
So there's that.
Right.
I don't know. I hope I see it in my lifetime.
I think it's going to.
I think so too.
Just the only reason I want to say that is because nothing makes sense anymore. Yeah. So why wouldn't?
If there was any time
that would happen
for an alien force to interfere, now would be the time.
Please, God.
Well, it's like Ronald Reagan said back in the day, what if there was an alien threat? What if that is what it takes to get us all to make peace with one another and come together? That might be what it takes.
Let's find something to agree upon.
Let's roll the dice. Let's see.
We got nothing to lose.
Like, what else could happen?
It's already rock bottom right now. You can only go up.
All right, folks.
Thanks for dealing with us on this one, guys.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with our banter and loss of words.
But that's okay because you know what time it is now.
Yep. We'll be right back with our three shots of funny. All right,
and
folks.
we're back.
We're especially excited about today's 3 shots of funny. Both really came in here strong. So
yep.
I guess we'll start out with.
Let's go with yours first.
All right.
I would like to see yours first.
We'll do the wife pick first.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah, this one I call stall surprise.
Stall surprise. Okay.
Nice, dude. Check this one out.
Nice one, dude. Check this one out.
Hang on, man. Oh, I'm dying here. Her face.
Well, this is like just a clip out of a 43-second long video, and she does it, and like see, it kind of happens in the same way, but instead of the guy go and check this one, he just lets it rip, and she starts laughing, and he's like, dude, are you a chick? Because she's in. For those listening, I keep forgetting that. But there's a chick in the bathroom stall with a whoopee cushion. So she's just in there making it rip. She's in the men's bathroom. Okay. So she does this. Another guy follows it up with another response of his own. And she's just busting out laughing. And he's like, dude, are you a chick? And he freaks out. And it just makes her die laughing even more.
So funny.
Well, yeah. That was great.
They had fun with that.
You just got to hear this dude's response to this whoopee cushion, because I got to give this guy an A+ for effort.
I agree.
This. I mean, just to be able to come back like that. Let's do it again.
Nice, dude. Check this one out.
It has to be Canada. Check this one out.
She's like, wait, you talking to me? Hey, bro, that was good. Pass it along.
All right.
Oh,
This is played on its own.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Be cool. All right. So mine is just entitled Sore Loser.
Sore loser.
Sore Loser.
I can't wait for this one.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
I fucking had it, bro. Fucking bullshit, bro. I fucking had it. Fuck you, Pittsburgh. Fuck this shit, bro. You know that fucking Baker Mayfield do this shit to you, bro. What the fuck? Go 11-0. 11-0. You fucking do this shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
So,
I wonder if that was real time or planned.
oh, that was real, I would think. So, just to elaborate to our listeners and viewers, that was a Sore Loser fan out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh gosh.
As a Cleveland Browns born and raised fan, I have endured, like much the city, for the last almost 20 years of just pure misery.
Yeah, it's been a factory sadness a lot around
A long time. I think the gentleman who destroyed his TV with a ladder and then had multiple punches and threw the thing off the dresser probably needs some therapy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
And I'm not going to...
especially, I mean, I could see that if the Browns made it to where they are now. I mean, they actually made it to the playoffs. Like, if I'm not going to lie, I'm not strong on the opinion thinking that, we're going to,
Oh, no.
make it happen or whatever. I'm not sure.
Go to
if
the
I'm
Super Bowl?
recording it or not.
Go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I don't know if my camera turned off or
I'll go check.
something. But anyways, yeah. So, we don't have any delusions. I think we're going to have a good chance, maybe. But I think we'd have a more proper reaction to it like that if we got within, we throw an interception or something after we're up and almost about to win the game. The fans of the Browns would do that probably. But no, Pittsburgh's been a pretty decent team over the years, and for him to act like that over one season, it's pretty bad.
It is bad. And that just tells you... I don't want to get in so much trouble with this, but it kind of tells you the fan base. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's your time, Paul.
All I wanted to say was
time.
what that is.
It doesn't happen often.
It does not. Thank you, Jesus Christ. But that was just just showing the situation that there's more to life than sports.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much is TV. Yeah, I mean, now I've been in that position to be upset during a sport event, but I've never broke anything like that. But just the pure idea that we have been tortured for all these years, and just to kind of feel like the other side, would they be feeling like we would?
Yeah,
it's priceless.
Yeah, I get it. I am not a fan of the Browns, but I am rooting for them.
You lost to Baker Mayfield. I can hear that all day.
What do you know? He woke up and he felt dangerous.
He felt real dangerous that morning.
And he wore his hat backwards.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right. This next clip I have is titled Dance Dance. A little twerking going on. When did you notice what was happening, Paul? When?
I'm waving the white flag. I'm done.
At what point was it this one? He starts in a little brown spot.
Just need the paramedics. He's down. Ron's down.
Oh, shit. She's trying to be sexy, really. She got a sexy dance going on. For our listeners, we got a young female. She's wearing a long sleeve leopard shirt and white yoga pants. And she's twerking over here. And all of a sudden you start seeing a little brown spot.
She went down to Browntown.
That sounded rough. Well, let's do it again without laughing. This part.
She's like, look, boys, look at my dance. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
This chocolate shake.
She's like, damn it. Damn it.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Okay. Okay.
You're right.
Let's give me a second.
Yes. Couple seconds to regroup. Oh my God.
One more time.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know why, but anytime like a girl's trying to be sexy and a fail happens, it is so funny. All right, that was 3 shots at funny. Volume 3.
Oh my God. We got to close this out, Ron.
I'm just throwing this out there. I would love for you guys to send us some stuff to see.
Yeah.
Because I picked out that one. I saw it before.
Oh.
Oh, God. Come on, get your shit together, Ron.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So if any of you guys have any Metamucil stories, just email us at thethunderrooster.com. Come on.
I was going to pick this one.
No.
It was a video of it looked like a news anchor. They were doing like a little special off piece or something like that.
Sure.
It was another language and everything. But
Right.
she's outside of this place. And, she's has some awkward body language going on, first off. And then starts the interview up. And all of a sudden she's like, oh! Like grabs her tummy and then turns around and starts walking and holding her backside.
Oh, no.
And she's wearing white pants.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I felt for her. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not going to laugh at that. She couldn't help herself.
Nope.
And
Neither like that girl.
I mean, she was throwing it around. She was asking for problems.
Right?
All right, you don't just get that from everyday life. Okay, you had to have ate some hardcore Taco Bell or something beforehand to get that.
Because it just went on. It just like the sound just.
So there are consequences of not paying attention to signs. You felt a little rumble in your tummy. You probably shouldn't shake your ass.
No.
All right.
Well, on that note, we thank you for joining us. On that brown note, yeah. Or the brown's going in the toilet.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
All right. Thank you so much for checking us out. Go to thunderrooster.com. Check out our merch. Support us if you can. If not, monetarily, go to our Apple Podcast page. Leave us a review. I don't care what you rate us as because, we know we have to earn that 5 stars.
Yeah.
And, the algorithm for getting our page out there, we just need people talking about it. It's like leave us a comment.
So
or
please tell us stories.
Leave us a review.
Funny stories.
Give
Serious
us
stories.
a recipe
anything
for your favorite pie. I don't care.
Whatever interests you, let's discuss it.
I would love that if we start that off from now on. Instead of actually getting reviews on there, all we get is like recipes for stuff.
That was wonderful. Here's my grandma.
Oh, that would be
Grandma's
great.
cookies.
We can choose one every month and make it.
We could. And then let everyone know how it was.
Yeah. But thank you so
Thanks,
much
guys.
for watching us or listening to us.
Yep.
We really appreciate it. And thanks for putting up with our crazy asses.
Yep. See you again same time next week.
Same time next week.
Right here at the Thunder Rooster.
Have a good week.
Peace.